In a surprising turn of events, Jaguar Wright has publicly challenged Tasha K to meet her in Las Vegas to resolve their ongoing issues in the ring.
You at Vegas, meet me at Mayweather's gym. I'm a up.
However, it's been rumored that Tasha K is not interested in meeting Jaguar Wright in Vegas. Instead, she allegedly plans to take legal action against Jaguar Wright for defamation, citing remarks about her and her children's well-being.
Right on the street is, you ain't got time to raise children. We already know that girl is Sheck, baby. You ain't had that child in quite some time. And you sent little Teddy to Africa with your husband, people.
In a recent interview with Storm R, Jaguar Wright made some controversial statements about Tasha K. Jaguar implied that Tasha should reconsider her comedy career, suggesting there's a lack of positive reviews for her shows. When Storm mentioned that some people have praised Tasha's performances, Jaguar dismissed it, implying that Cardi B should take notes. Jaguar also brought up Tasha's fundraising efforts for her hometown in Panama, insinuating that Tasha had misrepresented the situation. Jaguar claimed to have visited Panama and found no evidence of the money being sent or support for Tasha's claims, suggesting that Tasha may not have been truthful about her circumstances.
Well, I went down there to Panama City. I ain't find no friend. I went all over that town. I went to the VFW. I went to the high school. I went to the middle school. I went to the hospital. When I went to go look up the birth record, I went to the Arby's. I went all over. Ain't nobody know it. And the two people say they knew her, hadn't seen her in years, and they said that they know I.
Storm and Jaguar also discussed Jaguar's recent interview, where she exposed various individuals and topics. They specifically questioned how Tasha, a married woman, seemingly has time to talk about others all day, but allegedly doesn't prioritize raising her own children.
Tasha K, where are your kids?
Jaguar claimed that Tasha's baby is being raised by Africans whom she barely knows, suggesting they could be engaged in activities like playing with monkeys or wrestling rhinos, which Jaguar deemed disrespectful. Jaguar criticized Tasha for allegedly prioritizing exposing others, like Kevin Hart, for infidelity instead of focusing on raising her children. Jaguar also implied that Tasha should have gathered more concrete evidence before making such accusations, especially regarding Kevin Hart's sexuality.
You busy running around trying to blackmail Kevin Hart for cheating on his wife when we all know he likes people. Maybe you would have got that $250 if you would have told the truth. But you want to hold him to the fire over some shit you know ain't real. That ain't real.
The tension between Jaguar Wright and Tasha K stems from a past interview where Tasha interviewed Jaguar, leading to a significant loss of subscribers for Tasha due to her perceived harshness towards Jaguar. Tasha's intention was to expose Jaguar as a liar targeting black female celebrities, but it backfired as Tasha came across as rude. Tasha later refused to apologize, which reportedly bothered Jaguar. Allegedly, as the feud escalated, there were attempts to harm Jaguar, with Tasha being suggested as someone used for this purpose. Jaguar implied that Tasha was being used by someone to harm her, although the identity of the instigator remains unclear.
Because my life was being threatened.
Okay.
And not figuratively. Literally, we were being hunted.
Jaguar once shared an experience from her past, mentioning a time when she initiated a group for women. As time passed, she discovered that 3 of the women in the group were actually affiliated with Tasha K. Furthermore, one of these women had cunningly positioned herself as Jaguar's right-hand person, supposedly to assist in building the group. It was later revealed that this woman had visited Jaguar's house under false pretenses. Her true intention was to spy on Jaguar.
Tasha K, I'll say allegedly for y'all. No.
Right.
So ain't nobody talking about no defamations.
Yeah, we gonna get to that.
We don't want nobody talking about no defamation.
She in Africa.
So allegedly, the gold, she was hired to target me. And, you know, when I started the women's group WCW meeting, we opened up the Zoom room every Wednesday for women to come. And we were building it little by little, piece by piece.
If you were to approach Jaguar about Tasha K, it's worth noting that their history is far from amicable. Remember when Tasha discussed Jaguar's personal situation publicly, and even went as far as involving Jaguar's family, falsely accusing Jaguar of a serious matter? To make matters worse, Tasha even approached the daughter of the individual implicated in the situation, insinuating that her father might be involved in Jaguar's circumstances. Given all that Tasha has done to Jaguar, it wouldn't be surprising if Jaguar expressed a desire to sever ties. However, it's important to acknowledge that Jaguar is not one to stay silent. She has also been vocal in her criticisms of Tasha. For instance, there was the time when Jaguar reported Tasha to CPS, alleging various concerning behaviors. During this, she also made disparaging remarks about Tasha's husband, suggesting ulterior motives behind their marriage. Additionally, Jaguar claimed that Tasha had been in contact with individuals infected with COVID-19 and even displayed symptoms herself during a live broadcast. The dynamic between them is certainly complicated, with both parties engaging in verbal sparring and throwing shade at each other.
I know that they have been in contact with people that were on the contact trace list and that were recovering from COVID, and this very woman showed signs of illness online.
The ongoing feud between Jaguar and Tasha has been intense for quite some time now. Jaguar recently made a public statement questioning Tasha's dedication to her children, essentially calling her out as a neglectful parent. This move essentially labeled Tasha as dishonest, adding to the tension between them. It's unclear why Jaguar decided to use Kevin as an example and criticize him, but she essentially told Tasha to focus on being a better parent instead of spreading misinformation. This jab at Tasha likely hit hard, as nobody wants their children involved in such public disputes, regardless of the circumstances. In retaliation, Tasha took to social media to indirectly respond to Jaguar's comments, insinuating that Jaguar's child was living in less than ideal conditions. However, Tasha's comments seemed to cross a line, as she implied that Jaguar had chosen drugs over her child, a statement that many would find insensitive and inappropriate. It's clear that both parties are deeply hurt and angry, as evidenced by their heated exchanges. Jaguar, in a conversation with Storm, clarified that her child had been cremated, not buried, and denied accusations of drug use. She also mentioned that she had planned to apologize to Tasha for involving CPS in their feud, but decided against it due to Tasha's perceived neglect of her own children.
Has anybody seen that child? Do they even post pictures? Do she video call them? When do they talk? Because, you know, the time difference don't add up with her lives.
You know what?
I just want to know, you know.
Well,
but I'm glad the kids are away, so now I ain't got to call CPS.
Jaguar raised suspicions about Tasha possibly being involved in her arrest, citing the timing of a phone call between Tasha and her sister the night before the incident. Allegedly, Tasha is furious about Jaguar's recent statements and plans to take legal action. She is particularly incensed by Jaguar's claims regarding her parenting and abandonment of her children. Tasha is reportedly considering a lawsuit, but Jaguar seems unfazed by the threat, suggesting a physical altercation as a resolution instead.
Bring your ass to Vegas. Meet me at Mayweather's gym. I'm gonna f you up.
It's hard to predict exactly how the situation will unfold, especially considering the volatile history between Jaguar and Tasha. Tasha may follow through with her threat to sue Jaguar, especially if she feels that her reputation or livelihood is being significantly harmed by Jaguar's claims. Whether she would have a strong case would depend on the specific laws and evidence involved, which is hard to determine without more information. As for Jaguar's actions, publicly accusing Tasha of abandoning her children and challenging her to a physical altercation are both serious moves that could escalate the conflict. It's unclear what Jaguar hopes to achieve with these actions, but it's likely to further strain their relationship and possibly lead to legal consequences. As for taking sides, it's important to approach these situations with empathy and understanding for all parties involved. Both Jaguar and Tasha are human beings with complex lives and emotions, and it's rarely productive to choose teams in situations like this. It may be more beneficial to encourage them to find a peaceful resolution and focus on healing rather than escalating the conflict.